Good morning, children. This is your English teacher. Today we'll continue with the poem The Tale of Custard, the Dragon Children. See, children, in the previous 4 stanzas, we have learnt about the poem, the pet animals, that is Ink, Blink, Mustard and Dragon Children. See, children, in the fifth, this is 14 paragraphs are there. So that today I'll be doing 5 paragraphs. See, children, in the 5th paragraph, Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the realio, trulio, cowardly dragon. See, children, here I have typed even the summary also for this. Belinda used to stroke the dragon in a very cruel way. Ink, Blink and Mustard made fun of him by comparing him to a knight named Percival, who was thought to be brave but ran away due to lack of courage. They used to tease the dragon while sitting in their little red wagon. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said "Wet," which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. See, children, here in this paragraph, the poet says that Belinda used to laugh so loudly that her voice echoed in the house. Blink the mouse used to laugh and make a sound of break. Understand? And then, one second, children. The poet said that Belinda used to laugh so loudly that her voice echoed in the house. Blink, the mouse, used to laugh and make a sound of wick. On the other hand, Ink and Mustard would tease him by asking the dragon his age whenever he used to demand for a nice safe cage. See, children, here in this paragraph, the poet says that Belinda would tickle. You know what is tickling? ಚಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಗುಲಿನ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, tickling. She tickled Custard ruthlessly. Ink, Blink and Mustard called Custard Percival. Okay. And in the little red wagon, what happened there is, they all saw together, they all sat there and they saw that laughing at the poor cowardly Custard. So Belinda would also laugh along with them. And Blink too giggled in a way that a mouse does. When Custard cried for a nice safe cage, Ink and Mustard asked his cage politely. So, like this it was going on, they were teasing. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound and Mustard growled and they all looked around. "Meowick," cried Ink, and "Oh," cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. So, children, here, while all of them were making fun of the dragon, they heard a sound of someone entering the house, children. And then when they looked towards the window, they saw a pirate climbing up the wall. The dog barked at him and the kitten mewed to him. Belinda cried, "Ho!" because all of them were scared of the pirate who robs ships. So here the poet says that all of a sudden they heard an unpleasant sound, children. And listening to this sound, Mustard growled and everyone looked around them. And after a while, Ink cried out, "Meow," and Belinda cried, "Ho!" Through the window, they saw a pirate climbing. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. The poet describes here the appearance of the person who had come there. That was about the pirate. He says that the pirate was holding handguns in both his hands and had a little sword too. And see children, he was holding his sword with his teeth. He had a black beard and his one leg was made of wood. That means due to this diabetic and all, they remove one leg. So he had worn a false wood leg. This means that though the pirate was a disabled person also, he still was frightening all the other characters. Moreover, he intended to harm them. So here Belinda paled and cried, "Help, help!" But Mustard fled with a terrified help. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household and little mouse blinked strategically mouse hold. See children, here when all of them saw the pirates, they got frightened. Belinda was so frightened that she turned yellow due to fear and started crying for help. Mustard the dog started crying for help too. The kitten Ink ran down towards the bottom of the house as if he had already planned for it. The mouse Ink ran into his little mouse hole in order to save himself. So here children, in this paragraph, after seeing the pirates, Belinda turned pale and cried for help. The pets also got frightened. Mustard ran away with a bark. Ink went down to the bottom of the household to hide himself, and the little mouse Blink took shelter in a mouse hole, children. So this is about the poem, today's topics, what I have done, children. See here, once again I will tell you about the poem revision. I'll revise it, children. See here, in the poet says that Belinda would tickle Custard ruthlessly. Ink, Blink and Mustard called Custard Percival in the little red wagon. They all were laughing. The poor cowardly Custard, Belinda, would also laugh. Blink too giggled in a way that a mouse does. So like this, the Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Ink and Mustard asked a cage with politeness. Here the poet says that all of a sudden they heard a unpleasant sound. Listening to this sound, Mustard growled and everyone looked around them, and after a while Ink cried out, mew, and Belinda also cried. Through the window they saw a pirate climbing. Here the poet says that the pirate had a pistol in his left and another pistol in his right hand. He had a sharp sword in his teeth, a wooden leg and a black beard. Looking at his appearance, it was very clear that he intended to do something extremely worse, children. After seeing the pirate, Belinda turned pale and she cried for help. The pets also got frightened. Mustard ran away with a bark. Ink went down into the bottom of the household to hide herself. And then the little mouse Blink took shelter in a mouse hole. So like this, everybody got scattered and they took shelters. They left Belinda alone over there. So we'll see in the next paragraph what will happen, children. Thank you all, children. Have a nice day. I have given a few question and answers of this topic what I have covered. Please complete it, children. Thank you all once again.